Let's talk about the real Independence Day and the real nature behind the 4th of July. 4th of July is all about freedom. And while, you're out there with your barbecues and running road races and stuff like that, I want you to think about what does it mean to be free? And I challenge you today to think about how you can become more free as well. So, let's talk about freedom from worry. Worry, it's like a waste of time. And I'm guilty of it myself. But it's a waste of time because a lot of things that you worry about don't actually happen. Yet you've wrecked yourself physically and mentally preparing for what? Things that don't typically happen. So I want you to think about today starting to free yourself from worry. Here's another thing you should free yourself from: the people who are no longer serving you. That does mean coworkers, relatives, friends, those folks that make you feel really crappy about yourself when you're around them. It could even mean your significant other. Believe me, I've had to do it more than once when I've been around either friends, coworkers, even significant others, and I just really wasn't feeling that great about myself. I started to slowly separate myself from them or completely separate myself from them. I understand with coworkers, it can be a little tough. Maybe you share cubicles, but that doesn't mean that you have to give them any of your energy. They can be right beside you and you have on blinders, okay? You don't have to give them your energy. Same thing with relatives. You can love them from a distance, okay? And just really have nothing to do with them in person. You can say hello and then, just make your way like around that side of the table. Just be cordial. You don't have to give them your energy and you don't have to allow them to take yours. Okay. So other thing, yes, I do have notes and I'm looking over at them. Your friends. Oh yeah. Those are the people who say they're your friends, yet you kind of have this feeling like they're talking about you behind your back. And you only have that feeling because typically they're talking about you behind their back. Those aren't your friends. Get yourself away from them. Those people who want to keep bringing you down. You tell them about this amazing dream and goal that you have, and they're like, girl, you can't do that. Or, man, you can't do that stuff. Yeah, my guy voice isn't good at all. But start to back yourself away from those folks because they'll make you feel crappy about yourself, and we want you to be free from that. The next thing, free yourself from the job that you hate. There are so many of you right now that are absolutely dreading tomorrow morning because you have a job that you hate. Now, I'm not saying, give it the middle finger and just walk right off. However, that is a fun thing to, fantasize about. And one day you will be able to do that. Actually, you don't want to burn the bridge. So don't do the middle finger thing. But you can start to put in as little as 1 to 2 hours a day towards your dream life and creating your dream job, career, business. Just start working towards it. It doesn't take much, but it does take dedication. And believe me, I left a bad work situation 6 years ago. And while I've had some interesting ups and downs of owning my own business, I would never step foot back into that situation again. So free yourself from a job that you hate. The other thing, free yourself from your bad habits. Drinking too much, smoking too much, eating too much. I say too much because some people really do enjoy drinking, smoking, and eating. I enjoy eating, but there's a point where it's just really not that great for you. So let's take out the too much and just bring it a step down. Yeah, I know you know that smoking's not great for you, but I'm going to save you the lecture there. It is your life. So maybe back off from the pack of cigarettes and maybe just smoke 1 or 2 a day. I don't know. I don't smoke, so I don't know how that goes. Now, the other thing and the last thing, and what I hate to see the most, I want you to free yourself from punishing yourself and your body. Okay? Free yourself from those self-thoughts and those things that you say to yourself that you would never, ever allow a friend to say to themselves. The fact that you feel like, oh, I'm so stupid. No one loves me. I'm ugly. I'm fat. And it goes like a record in your head and it'll really start to mess you up. I've had some of those thoughts myself and it takes a little bit to unwind them, but the freedom that comes from no longer berating yourself is amazing. Okay, so start to free yourself from the bad ways that you talk about yourself to yourself. Okay, the other thing, free yourself from punishing your body. Okay, and I mean both ends of the spectrum here. I want you to free yourself from punishing your body by not taking care of it, not exercising, and not eating those foods that serve you, and drinking too much, like I talked about before. But then also the other end of the spectrum that most people don't talk about. I want you to free yourself from punishing your body by over restricting, dieting, depriving, starving, if I haven't said that already, and just over exercise in general. There are people that I know that work out 2 times a day for hours each time because they feel that that's the only way that they can lose weight. There are people that just like will eat very, very little calories and only this type of food. And it's not because of a medical condition, because they think that that's what it takes to be healthy and get to the weight that they want. And that's BS, okay? So get off of both ends of those spectrum, okay? There's a good, happy, slightly to the right of medium where you can feel amazing and look amazing without depriving yourself or giving up those things that you love. So now I want to talk about those things that I want you to have the freedom to do. I want you to have the freedom to be yourself. I am corny. I am silly. I'm very sarcastic as well, with a little bit of a dry sense of humor, and introverted. And I used to fight that. I was so insecure about being myself and being who I really was that I wouldn't allow that to show to most people. So I had on this mask of who I was. And when I embraced who I actually was and just said, who cares? You're either going to like me or not. Amazing. Okay. So be free to be you, whatever that means, because there's no one like you, and you will always suffer inside if you're not yourself. The next thing, be free to make your own decisions, even if they're not popular. Okay? You have to be able to stand in yourself and just know that what you decide to do with your life is for you. And it's fine. People don't have to understand it. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It's your life. If you're not harming anyone, and ideally if you're not harming yourself, then who cares? Make your own decisions. It's your life. Be free to be full of energy. Okay? It's nothing wrong. Like when people see folks walking around and they're smiling and they're full of energy, they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with that guy? But then you see the person that's like walking around like this, and that's completely normal. That's no bueno. We need to flip the switch on that. So be free to be full of energy, be alive, be happy, be spontaneous. Take an impromptu road trip, or just drive a different way to work, for crying out loud. Just do something different. Give yourself some energy. Be free to believe in yourself. Take small steps, very small steps if you need to reach who you want to be, to reach your goals, to have that dream career, to have that dream life, that dream relationship. Take those small steps to make that happen, okay? And believe in you. Be free to have free time. I have folks that their schedules are so packed, and when I ask them like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? They're like, oh, I gotta go to this party, and then I gotta go to this baby shower, then I gotta go to this wedding, and they're not even excited about it. Like, for me, and I heard this recently and it totally sums me up, if it's not a hell yeah, then it's a hell nah. So think about that. If your schedule is packed, at least let it be packed with things that you actually want to do. I turn down more things than I actually accept, and it's just because it's not to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's just not what I really want to do. So when I do show up, my friends absolutely appreciate it. The other thing, I want you to free yourself to live in your best body possible. I'm not talking about a certain size, because size has nothing to do with it, but I want you to live in your best body where you're getting off or lowering the amount of meds that you're on. You are able to move and perform the way that you like without pain, and that you're able to get get to the floor and get up from the floor with ease, okay? Wearing the clothes that make you look and feel amazing. There's nothing than the freedom of looking and feeling amazing. And to where your health is no longer holding you hostage, okay? So get that freedom. If you're ready to make that change and have the amazing energy, increasing your confidence, living in your best body and moving and performing the way that you want, I'm doing an amazing deal for 48 hours. And I just thought about this as I wanted to do this video. I don't want anything to hold you back. So let's be free. Okay, well, kind of free. It's going to be more like 50% off. I am doing for 48 hours 50% off of a coaching package. So if you're interested in that, and just for a no obligation phone call that's free, where we can talk about the goals that you have and how we can get you there, then I want you to text I want in to 404 558 7854. Again, just text I want in 404 558-7854, and you'll get a schedule so that you can set up an appointment time for us to chat. Have a great 4th of July, and I'll see you next time. Bye.